My name's Annette Chinn. I own Taskforce Paintball Games, which is a 30-acre paintball site just outside Cardiff in a little place called Cowbridge. I had no previous experience about setting up a business, but what I did have was some very good grounding from the company I'd worked for. We had a lot of sales training, a lot of experience in sales and marketing, and that I think has helped me tremendously during my career on my own. Paintball I got into because it was a hobby. There was nowhere else really to play. When paintball first came into the UK in 1984, the only sites really that set up were one in London and one in Birmingham, and it seemed a perfect opportunity to actually open a site in South Wales and try and capitalise on the business that we hoped was going to follow the paintball as it grew. I think a lot of my friends thought I was mad at first, giving up a well-paid job, which obviously had a lot of bonuses and company car, expense account, that sort of thing. But I was so determined that I wanted to do it, but they supported me all the way. They were absolutely fantastic, always sort of helping me along and always a shoulder to cry on if things didn't go quite as well as I'd hoped they were. I think the biggest challenges in the early days were silly things like VAT and tax and all the things that a lot of people get very frightened about when they set up in business. But in fairness, the people in the offices there are really good. They're there to help you. They're there to give you whatever support you need. But I think that was what frightened me most in the early days. I think no matter what your problems are in business, if you're willing to put the time and effort and determination into it, any problem can be overcome. And I'm a real firm believer that attitude has so much to do with any problems. If you have the right attitude and you have a never say die policy, then you'll get over anything. I feel so much happier in myself because I've set up my business and I'm now independent and work purely for myself. There's no denying the fact that there's a lot of responsibilities and you do have to work really, really hard when you run your own business. I sometimes think now that I'm actually working harder than I did when I was employed by somebody. You really do have to put the effort in, and sometimes it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. As far as advertising and marketing with the company is concerned, I was very, very convinced at the start that word of mouth would be the way forward. And I wanted to make sure that when people came up on site, they had such a fantastic day that they would actually go away and tell all their friends about it. At the end of the day, when you see people coming up to you with a great big smile on their face and they come up and they shake your hand and they say, I've just had the best day possible, I've had a fantastic day out, it's better than going to Alton Towers, it's better than going to Disneyland, you can't ask for a better buzz than that. We have some real strengths within the business, and I think some of the staff actually contribute quite highly to that. A lot of the staff have got real wacky personalities and they really do help contribute to making everyone's day really enjoyable on site. My strengths as a person, I think I'm very enthusiastic, I think I'm very positive thinking, and certainly have got a great deal of self-motivation. My weaknesses, I don't like disciplining people, so I have to leave that down to my site manager to do. So if you ever come and work for me, don't expect me to give you a telling off because I'm not very good at that one. My advice to anyone setting up in business would be make sure you're obviously very self-motivated. You've got to have lots of creative and imaginative ideas to keep going in business. And be well organised. Keep yourself along the right track and get whatever help you can along the way. There's so many organisations now out there willing to help people setting up in business. Go for it. I have no regrets. I'm absolutely passionate about my work. Love doing what I'm doing, and I certainly wouldn't change anything and go back to the way things used to be.